Hello, and we're back. It's been a while. Things got a little bit shaky in terms of production of videos over the past couple of months. My editing software decided to crap out, which I think might have been more just my PC being shitty. But as you can see, with a bit of jiggery-pokery, I'm able to make videos again. I apologise for if there's any shaking of the camera. My tripod is attached to my desk, and my desk is not the most stable. I'll be looking into that. But this video today is mainly here to... I'm working on some more long form videos. This is just a bit of an update on what's to come and what's been happening. So for those of you who don't know, which I think the vast majority of my viewership are people I actually know personally, thanks. Thank you guys. I have just moved house. I now live with my partner, and I have a whole space that is designed for work. And so that's better than working out my bedroom like I was before. I now have a nice separation of my work life and home life. The home life, well, kind of home life. I can close the door on here and be like, I'm done. But of course, that moving house took a lot out of me. It was a lot of work. And has been a lot of effort since getting used to. So it's only until now that I've been able to be like, yes, I'm in a position to be making videos again. But that doesn't mean I have been sitting idle, no sirree. Those of you who have been watching me will know that I have released recently my injury table homebrew rules. These injury table rules contain a table for your standard bludgeoning, piercing and slashing damage. There is the basic table, and then there is the major injury table. I always felt that, at least, especially in one in the DMG and ones that you find subsequently, one bad roll can have some incredibly serious negative consequences to your character. So I wanted to add a little bit more sort of degrees of failure in there, and you had to fail real badly to get some of the stuff that could break your game. If you were playing a great weapon master fighter who, I use greatsword, and you lose a hand, that's really going to impede your character's fighting and make the game less fun. So I wanted to make sure there was a lot that had to happen for that to happen. But these injury table rules also include rule sets for how to do all the other types of damage that one finds in Dungeons and Dragons. So these tables range from having things for fire, for cold, for lightning, psychic, necrotic, radiant, all of those. Each one has its table. These ones are just one singular table which have the major injuries and minor injuries all rolled into one. This is because I felt that if you get hit by a giant ball of fire, that's gonna, I feel like magical damage and sort of more esoteric damage needs to be more serious, more scary, more frightening than your standard, what you can do with a sword. And this is why as well on this injury table, if you have a look at it, it's currently available on my Patreon, which will be linked in the description. You'll see that psychic, radiant and necrotic are very different from the others. This is because I feel like they're very different types of damage, and I want to reflect that in how they how injuries for them would manifest. And this gets very sort of weird and out there with some of those ideas. But in addition to this injury table set, which can result in characters losing limbs or other bodily functions and everything, I wanted to create something that would serve not only as a tool to help people who've been affected by the injury table, but also people who wanted to play characters with disabilities in general in my games, or games that you who watch here run. And that is why I created what I've called the Prosthesis Workshop. And what this homebrew is it's a tool designed to help you as a dungeon master or a game master. It's pretty system neutral as far as I can tell, to introduce prostheses into your game. This ranges from your sort of standard leg prosthetics, arm prosthetics, to perhaps more sort of out there, less thought about prostheses like a pacemaker or an artificial lung. And these all have different levels of function associated with them, and you can improve your level of function to being that of the standard level of function one gets from the the original flesh organ, the flesh vessel, or if you are able then to go beyond that level of function. You can reach high levels of function. These require like sort of powerful magical enchantments, but if you have, say, a high level of function artificial lung, that artificial lung might make you be able to breathe underwater or filter toxins, making you immune to poison damage, all that kind of stuff. So it gives a wide range of different, like showing different levels of disabilities, and how just because someone is disabled and has a prosthesis of some form, it doesn't have to be something that is punished in game, and it can be something that then becomes a very helpful tool for people who are using them. Now, this prosthesis workshop was in part, as well as was my own injury tables, inspired by the incredible combat wheelchair that was designed by Mustang Art. There'll be a link to that in the description as well for anyone who's looking for more tools of how to help include disability and disabled characters and players in their games. There's also a fantastic resource link tree that I found that was found for me by a friend that I will also be linking in the description, that has some fantastic things across a wide variety of systems on how to help you include and help both disabled characters and players at your table. So that's about everything that I've been up to in terms of what I'm going to be getting up to in the near future. I have plans for looking at doing some more homebrew development stuff. I am not sure what I want to do yet, but there will be very much a poll up on my Patreon, or potentially in the Patreon Discord, to figure out what people want to see, what I sort of think would be cool to put my own spin on for you guys. But I'm also back into video production, so I'm going to be making more D&D video stuff, and there'll even potentially be some cosplay videos coming soon as well, looking at how to build some cool weapons, which can be very helpful for Dungeon Masters you're able to play in person. Maybe not right now, given everything of the world, but if you're able to play in person in the future, this can be a great tool if you want to get into it on how to give nice physical props to your player. That could actually be quite a fun video to do, making things like letter handouts and everything. That could be really fun. One suggestion I'd had for a homebrew thing to do would be how to include your players owning businesses, running businesses, and all the things that come associated with that, from taverns to tailors to theatres, all that. And I know this kind of stuff has been touched on every now and then by people perhaps more qualified than I am, like Matt Colville and his Strongholds and Followers book, but what the hell, what's one more voice? So keep an eye out for that coming soon. Keep an eye out for more videos coming soon. Make sure to subscribe and all that other stuff if you want to see more or like the video, just so I know that people are actually watching this to the end. That'd be nice. If you want to see my entry tables or my disability prosthesis workshop homebrews, do check out my Patreon. Links in the description below. You can get access to them for as little as $5 a month. It is in dollars because I forgot to change the currency type, and you have to relaunch your Patreon page to change the currency, and I am too scared to do that. But thank you all for watching, and I will see you again soon.